we are going to be playing against Be the Marth on FD. We're going to have to make sure our lasers are sharp. We always see Marth jumping over lasers. Very unusual. A lot of Marths want a power shield. We notice we got him in a good space. We're going to take some damage. We're going to make sure that Marth is pushed off the stage. He has no jump. Just going to down smash. And we're going to kind of push him out. Marth could actually have attacked there, so we're going to have some information too. We're going to cross him up. We know he can catch across this whole stage there. So again, he moves in, we move out. You can kind of see how we flow together there. We have advantage, so we kind of push him out. We don't try to challenge right there. Oh, tried to spike. And of course, we can laser forward smash Marth out of the air. I think he might have been able to get his forward air out. We're going to cross up again. We probably will not cross up next time. Oh, power shield kind of messed me up. Oh, shield at the worst possible time for your boy. And they're going to jump. That's going to get me out, finally. But I didn't move away. You kind of saw that. We try to hit as late as possible. Now we got a good percent. We're trying to push Marth down. And notice they put their B out early, so we can just kind of push them out. We're not going to cross them up. They still try to cover it. Oh, caught me going away. Need a longer dash, of course. We're just going to go straight in. This person does not get up attack ever. Kind of weird. And so we can just kind of push them out right there. So you can kind of see they wanted to go around the lasers by going up. So what do? We move back or we intercepted them depending on their percent. If their percent is low, we usually back up. If their percent is high, then we can just intercept them out of the air with more moves because we don't have to worry about getting counterattacked. So that's kind of how that strategy works. As Marth, there are things you can do, and it's easier with platforms, but they did not have any platforms to work with. And so you did see that it still caught me out a few times. So it's still a decent strategy, but using it all the time, as you can see, can get blown up. And of course, this person was missing their text, which made things a little bit easier for me. They didn't have the strongest SDI, which made some of the combos a little bit easier for me. And you can also see they were kind of using their side B earlier, which made it a little bit easier for me. So hopefully that stuff makes sense to you guys, how we were able to kind of control this player and mess with them through the use of our lasers, through being a little bit quicker than them, through countering the way that they countered lasers, and also through knowing some of their recovery habits. A lot of Marths like to double jump to edge. This person did not double jump to edge, but we didn't just try to cover that double jump only, or a B only. We made sure we were ready for what they do earlier, because Marth could jump at various timings, and the jumping at the timing that Marth jumped at is still okay. It's just you want to make sure that you're not always just doing a side B right into Falco, because that can make it very easy for him. Marth was in a ton of lag at that point, very easy to pick out of the air. Anyway, GG to B. Hopefully you guys thought that game was kind of interesting, and on to the next one. All right, we got Falco Fox coming out. We're going to be on Fountain of Dreams. It's going to be a more contained stage, and we're going to try and catch Fox's landing leg. That is the name of the game. Fox already starting off with some good slide off and good DI generally. Notice how he jumped. He jumped right as I lasered, and it's so important to kind of keep in mind. I kind of tripped up their DI for a moment. But yeah, we're going to try and... We have to do a lot of jukes. I just had to make sure. That's hecked up. They tried to shine me out of my side B, but we're back. Notice how I backed up, because that's the farthest space Fox could hit me at. So I'm always trying to stay just out of the range of Fox's moves, or I'm getting into space where I can react and then beat them out. Oh, got right between my lasers. Pretty risky gambit, TBH. And as you can kind of see, throwing Fox off by the edge forces him to go low, puts him in an awkward spot. They're going to be going Puff. Very different type of matchup now. We're going to be slowing down, and it's going to be on a wider level. So we're going to try and just get out of the corner. It's very important. We don't want to hit the front of Puff. We're going to do a bit of grabbing. Jab, back air, See if we can get this edge guard. Oh, Puff moved away really well. That might be enough, and it barely is. Puff doesn't have the greatest get-up options, not the longest tech roll, not the safest get-up attack. Notice the Puff switches to back air. Now at this percent, it's hard to do much else. Good SDI. Notice how she got out. Didn't expect that. Notice how we use our Nair to catch Puff out of the air. It's going to lead to good punishes at low and mid percent. But if we're too close, or too far rather, we're going to get punished. The back air is going to be fine at every percent. Well, I knew she was going to come down. Didn't have a lot of jumps. Last hit. Oh, almost got her. So again, Puff is doing really good at DIing these throws, which is really good. But still going to be taking the back air, which is going to outrange all of Puff's moves. Oh. Yeah, really good at DI. I'm just kind of having fun messing around with Puff here by the edge. And of course, if Puff does try to come in with a higher move, up smash is still going to hit. So lasers are also going to turn Puff around. Make sure you remember that. We noticed we went a little bit lower with our down air. We waited a little bit just to make sure the Puff could get hit out. And push the Puff, kind of back out. Go for it again. We had GG's to Nuked. Really appreciate the game. So as the Fox game, you can kind of see we're staying outside of the range of the Fox's moves. Hard to do on a small stage, so sometimes we have to get in range to beat out his moves. So he comes in with the Nair, sometimes we dodge it and grab, sometimes we just beat it out with up tilt back air, sometimes we crouch shine it. Just kind of depends on what we're trying to do in that moment. And then you can kind of see the Fox had some really good DI, good slide off, but we were still able to chase them down because of course they're going to try and double jump or something after that, so we can still kind of push them away, and then we can get our kill. Also throwing him off the stage, always just going to kind of be a good call because then we could just convert that into a kill even if Fox can tech. Against Puff, what are we kind of thinking about? We're thinking about how laser turns around Puff. We're thinking about how back air is going to beat Puff's moves. We're thinking about how we can tech chase Puff okay because Puff doesn't have the strongest get up options, including get up attack, and her roll doesn't go very far and is vulnerable early. Also, we know that we can kill with up smash. We kill with forward smash one time. We also saw that Puff had a really good job DIing my throw, and if she DIs the throw, the lasers aren't going to do much. If she gets hit by the lasers, it's pretty easy to convert into a punish or Falco, and given that Puff is thrown so quickly, it was really good on that Puff player's part to not get punished very much, so well played there. But you can also see that we can use Nair to catch Puff out of her jumps to go into a punish. We can use Dare by the edge to set up some really good kills, and even if the Puff uses all her jumps to come back once the tech, we can just kind of pop her up and do it again. Now, of course, the Puff could have done slide off, could have done techs as well, but of course we can chase too. So just kind of depends on how all that stuff plays out. But hopefully you guys thought that game was kind of interesting, and you saw that I was playing around the way the Puff was moving, how I would fake like I was going to come in using my Nair threat. Puff comes in to try and beat me out, hit me on the head. I turn around with my dash, hit her with the back air. A lot of those threats like that, or a lot of the threats using the lasers and then turning around, are very strong against Puff, who doesn't want to deal with your back air but wants to beat out your approaching moves. So it's a very cerebral matchup in a lot of ways against Puff. So hopefully you guys thought that stuff was kind of interesting and an interesting switch between Fox and Puff. Anyway, GG's to Nuked, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the games. All right, we are getting in on Falco Fox once again on Dreamland. Fox has a lot of room to move, and he's going to be breaking our combos. We did see a bit of a tech error coming out early. We're going to be watching out for full hops. We're going to see that actually this is a very patient player, and we are going to barely miss our grab. But that is all right, because we used our DI to get out. So again, look at this person. He has advantage, and what is he doing? Moving away. Good SDI, though. We're keeping that in mind. What's this person going to do? So this person gets hit, and what do? They put up their shield. And we're just going to grab the edge at the perfect time so they can go through us if they would like, and we can just cover that option without having to do anything. Almost caught them out with their jump. They finally do go for that approach. I think it's the first time they've approached so far. I'm going to make sure they feel it if they get on stage. I try to go for a few different extra inputs. Not the best. We're going to push Fox off the stage. Notice he's getting really rewarded for going to the edge. We go low. Our back air should be able to cover everything there, and we are on to the next stock. Again, Fox is this person's going to be playing Edge has really been helping him out, so we want to make sure we can try and stop that as much as possible. So we waited a little bit just to try and see if we could stop that. Oh, doing too many lasers. Yeah, this time we cover Edge for sure. So you can see this person's kind of standing around in one spot. This is giving me the mobility advantage. Down throw shine. Can't combo with this person. Oh, tried to cover. I was going for Edge. That's good on them to kind of mix that up, right? We weren't seeing a shield that time. I was going for down smash, but whatever. And we're just going to be going in for our spike. Last stock, you're able to go in for a lot of plays like that. We're going to be going in again. Apparently, this time they're going to be going Captain Falcon. We're going to see what they have for us on Battlefield. Being more of a confined stage, but still going to be using lower platforms to avoid us. We can see they're really good at moving off of lasers, so we can kind of see this makes sense why they're so good at moving around us with Fox. They're really good at moving around us. So what do we want to do against Falcon players that are going to be great at moving around us? Well, first of all, we want to put them off the stage and make sure that Falcon doesn't get to double jump to the edge easily with our down air. Notice we're going to wait right in front of Falcon's shield. Whoop. I mean, look at the speed this guy has. So we're going to stay right behind him. So notice this person's not going to directly come into me because they can't. Falcon's going to be able to beat a lot of stuff Falcon can do, like that. We come out with the down air again. Even if we get hit right there, we're still going to live as long as we don't get caught out of our double jump. So there we go, beating Falcon out once again. So as you can see, we're not going to fall for this runoff back air anymore. We're just going to keep Falcon contained. Oh, this time he's going to be able to cover everything. We're just hold the edge. Falcon's going to take risk like that. That is the big problem with the matchup is you are able to hold. You can just hold the edge and beat out Falcon there. Even if he could get back on stage, I could just down air, then get back on stage, down air again, and beat them out that way. So you can see the Falcon was really good at moving around us, but we're also really good at calling out them going to the edge with double jump because that's very safe. Falcon curls into a little ball when he double jumps to edge. So when he does do that, you have to go pretty low with your double jump down air. But if you get hit, it's okay because Falcon usually can't get back to edge then. He has to react to you running off. And if you don't run off and he does aerial, then he's no longer in his little ball of a double jump. You can just down smash him or something like that. So that's kind of how the basic mix-up works with Falcon there. Falcon can't wall jump on Battlefield because the wall is right there. So just something to kind of keep in mind for you guys. But yeah, you can see how well the Falcon was really moving around, how they had some better DI and were moving away. But we always kept the Falcon contained, particularly on the right side of the stage, we noticed. But we also kind of called out why the Falcon was doing all these platform movements, all this double jumps, right? This is why their Fox was doing that so much. Because when they tried to go in for that Nair, you saw that both times immediately. Come in with the back air, and sometimes I could get the shine conversion off of that. And so that's just something that really goes to show why the Falcon was moving in a way that you might think is kind of unusual, is because he's trying to dodge the lasers. He's trying to dodge the ways that Falco can normally beat Falcon's moves. And so some other things Falcon could have done is take laser jab or take laser dash a little bit more, but he was often just waiting for me to shoot, then going high, which is still a fine strategy. But I was just able to hit a little bit harder. We noticed I had some really good tech chases early on, so certainly if they got more openings, things would have been harder for me. But I was able to figure out what they were doing early on enough and call out their recoveries. And so that went fine. And they also really wanted that kill there at the end, which was a big reversal too. Anyway, hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. And you also saw how their Fox was very calculated, and we were also able to play around some of that. And GG's to Axis, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the games.